Alright, up next from the F&G style series is this Eureka the Boss 1934A upright vacuum. At least that's what it says from underneath the hood here, as you can see there. I've had this now for less than 3 years. I picked it up from the thrift store for 15 bucks. Kind of fitted, but yes, I did remember paying that much for this. And this was the condition it was in when I found it. It actually did included some extra bags. I actually like these being yellow instead of white, like what this has. Other than that, the belt is worn on this, so it's not going to be like the best demonstration for this work, and that's okay, because I think F&G style machines are too powerful for this work anyways. But despite that, there is one issue with this machine, and that is the switch. It doesn't want to turn off on you anymore. It can still run when you plug it in, but I'm going to be a little more creative with this video of once I do the demonstration of this machine. Overall, I'm just super happy to have one of these. I actually been after one for quite some time. When I was in elementary school, a classroom of mine next door had one of these, or at least I'm pretty sure it was the 1934A, because the color scheme is correct. Because another childhood moment that I've had with something like this would be one of my neighbors that I not only used to vacuum for, but also mow her lawn for. She also had something similar to this, but it was actually a 2034A, where this color scheme is correct, but it actually had a 6.5 amp motor, and I believe a Vibra Groomer 2 brush roll, because as you can see, the brush roll here is wood. Not to mention that the amps is 5 amps as well. So despite that, I would love to find the 2034A one of these days. I was actually nearly close to getting that machine when my neighbor passed away. She had several vacuums in her condo, but when I asked about the other machines, I was only told that I could bring one home with me, and the 2034A was like runner up. I ended up taking home the Boss Plus, which is basically the black Bravo 2 hard case model that I've already did a video on. So anyways, overall, I really love these machines. These F&G style machines are one of my all-time favorite vacuum designs, but definitely when it comes to direct air vacuums, these are without a doubt the favorite. Other than the fact that I hate these F&G style bags set up, and also for the fact that the belt is in the center, and these are known for stretching belts like crazy, I personally would take this over something like a Eureka, at least for the classic models, because these are very lightweight. I'm a type of person that prefers lighter weight machines, not something like heavy like a Kirby. And speaking of which, one of the reasons why these are one of my favorite F&G style machines is the color schemes. It really does remind me of a Kirby Heritage 2. Anyways, so it's lightweight, it's very powerful, and it's just such a fun machine to use. And if I'm going to be honest, if I ever did own a F&G style machine, this is definitely my most ideal pick because, again, it's very lightweight. Cleans just as well without a metal brush wheel in there, and yeah, it's still just as fun to use as like any other F&G style machine. But I will say though that it would have been more perfect if the height adjuster had like a slider on it. I also would have preferred it if the had a cord hook on it. But for being an inexpensive machine, I would say that that's forgivable. Yeah, and speaking of which, the cord is pretty short. I wish it could have been a bit longer. And I also wish that if they would have even thought of it before back then, I would have loved it if they put a ST style disposable bag set up in there. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely something that I would ideally have if I was like living in a condo or in a apartment. And I personally think that Eureka should have still kept selling these even after they were sold to Medea. They still sell the Might and Might style machines, but not these, because I think this would have been a great companion vac to it. So, anyways, that being said, I will go ahead and run this. Alright, so I'll plug this in, and as soon as I flip the switch on, it should turn on. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed, and thanks for watching.